Hello, everybody. Today we're talking about 3 marketing tools that Cindy Speaker recommends that all lawyers implement into their legal practice. I'm Cindy Greenwade, editor-in-chief at lawmarketing.com, and I'm here today with Cindy Speaker, who is a marketing and media consultant at cindyspeaker.com. So, Cindy, welcome to our session here.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Great. So there's 3 specific tools that you've shared with me that you recommend that attorneys implement into their practice, and these are ones that you're focusing on the marketing side of how they can really support the marketing strategies in the practice, but they also have other features that can help in different areas. Let's focus specifically on the marketing side for the purpose of this session today. Tell us why you want to recommend these first of all before we jump into what they are.
Well, each of these tools that we're going to recommend are tools that I use on a daily basis.
Okay.
I think they're great for just facilitating getting your marketing done. That's primarily it.
Okay, great. So tell us about the first one. This is the top one, I think. Now, number one that you recommend that attorneys implement. What is it?
Yeah, it's Infusionsoft. I was an early, I've been using Infusionsoft for years. And for those of you that have heard of Infusionsoft, in the past, it's been extremely difficult. And typically, I did not recommend it in the past. I used to recommend Aweber, much easier, much less expensive. But in the last year or so, Infusionsoft has become fantastic. I mean, they've really stepped it up. One of the big things you can do with Infusionsoft is get into marketing automation. And that goes beyond just doing your email blasts. You can look at who opened your email, look at the triggers, look at how many times they opened it, things like that. And then you can set up campaigns, which are basically drip campaigns. But Infusionsoft really does it better than, in my opinion, than any of the other competitors, which are less costly. But I really think that Infusionsoft is the Cadillac. It's just the top of the line. I think it's fantastic.
And I would agree with you, Cindy. I mean, we use Infusionsoft here at lawmarketing.com, and certainly I resisted a little bit too some time ago, but it certainly is, got all the bells and whistles that you would ever consider when it comes to really measuring your marketing efforts as well. So I think that's one thing that we forget sometimes is we continue to market, but we don't measure what's working, what's not, and make changes. And this allows you to really see those statistics and information easily. So good. Okay.
Right.
We're in agreement on number one.
Yes.
What's tool number 2 that you recommend?
The next one is Dropbox, and Dropbox is free. And what I found is that not only is it free, actually I think I do pay for an account now $100 a year, but I use it so much that every time I share a folder, I keep getting more storage space. So on this $99 account, I can basically share huge files with anybody in the world. It's a great sharing tool. The other thing is, if you're working with vendors, it's a great way to get them the raw materials they need. Oftentimes, when you're as a law firm owner, they're working with your website people and things like that. They need to get their high resolution images, things like that. They can't be sent by email. This is the way to send large files easily. And basically, for the lawyer, a free account is probably going to do you just fine. Just fine.
So what do you say to those lawyers that have concern about the confidentiality of some of these agreements in the Dropbox kind of server?
Yeah, that's a great point. Don't use it. I use it for marketing, and most of the marketing things are images and graphics that you're going to put out on the web anyway. Confidentiality issues are a whole different issue. I would not use Dropbox if proprietary and confidential information. Then I would not use Dropbox.
Okay, good. So just wanted to make sure that we included that. Okay,
that's
good.
A great point. Yeah.
And what's tool number 3?
Tool number 3 is GoToMeeting, and I was using GoToMeeting a long time ago, and then about 2 or 3 years ago, I got a call, and they said, look, you can upgrade to a business account. I said, oh, okay, what's that? And what I found since I upgraded to the business account, it's $100 a month, but it is so much more robust and there's so much more capability. So I use GoToMeeting primarily. I use it for conference call, training sessions, things like that, but they have recently incorporated a lot more functionality. So when you need to jump on a call with a bunch of people, there's just no easier way to do it. And this is, it's a lot better than some of those free conference call systems. And of course, with GoToMeeting, you can screen share, you can bring in a webcam, things like that. I think it's a fantastic tool. And I would get the corporate account, not that much more, but far more robust. So I think it's really worth it.
Yeah. And for, we are talking about marketing tools here, and I know with GoToMeeting, I've used it extensively as well. Really fantastic tool with, if you want to offer webinars or,
Yes.
implement those kind of areas to your practice to, continue reaching your prospects and so on and providing information. So good. All right. Well, you know what? I'm glad, Cindy, I'm in agreement with those top tools because I like them too. So
That's good.
thanks for sharing. And I know we're going to be speaking again some more. So again, thanks, Cindy, for joining us, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Thanks, Cindy.